Just download this file the way I've shown you. Please, can anybody share the WhatsApp link to join the group?
I'll share in chat box also. Just give us some time.
Yeah. Kanchan, I've just shared the link for the second file. Achha, okay, it is going only to the panelist. Fine, I'll change it to everyone. I'm sorry. Please download this file. I've just shared the link. And let's start without wasting any time. No, see, I have created the link for everyone. See, anyone can copy this link. It is for everyone. It will not be for view. You need to enable the content over there. Once again, I'm sharing the same link. You have to just go. I'll show you. Okay, fine. If you are not comfortable with it, I'll show you. Just paste. Control V. Paste the link over here. Once you have pasted this link, you need to download it. The download option is available in the file menu. This chat box. In the file menu, you have to go. You have to download it in Microsoft Excel. Once you click this, there is a file which is going to download in your laptops. See, this kind of a file is going to get downloaded. You click on this, open when done, or show in folder, and then you can do it. Fine. Done, everyone. Now this is a worksheet. What is this worksheet for? Everywhere we cannot get a tally data. It is not possible. When you go to the big companies, what happens? You get customized data. So this is one of the company data, actual customized software data from where I've extracted my cash book. Now, what does this say? These are the closing balances. I'll just remove the chat box from here. Now, this is the cash book data which is being seen. Now, it is showing me this credit amounts and debit amount. Now, what is my problem? That when it is showing me credit and debit amount, it is not showing me positive and negative. So when I go to calculate my closing balance, when I use the auto sum to use my closing balance, I'm not getting the correct closing balance. So what do I need to do? I need to justify this, either this amounts as positive or negative. So if they are credit balances, they will be positive. And if they are debit balance, they should be negative. This is what I want to find. Any guesses in by which function we can do this? We can use if function. Yeah, it is given in the name itself of that sheet, if function. So how is the if function going to work? Is equal to if. Now, what is the thing? Now, just see, this transactions are on day-to-day basis. For first, I have 2 transactions. On second, I have so many transactions. So what do I want? I want the closing balance of that particular thing. So with no, in this worksheet we are working, that is your homework that we are not doing. Okay, in this worksheet we just want to find that which is the positive one and which is the negative one. So when we use the auto sum, we are able to do that. Okay, so will your every function starts with is equal to if. Now what will be my logical test? This is equal to C. Sorry, not K. Sorry. I'm going to look over here because this is going to decide whether it is credit balance or debit balance. So if this is equal to C, C is a text, so I have to put it into open inverted commas, comma. Then give me the value if true. If C is equal to 3, then you give me J7, comma. If it is not C, then definitely it will be D. That means debit balance. So what do I want in the debit balance? I want J7 to be multiplied by -1. So it will give me a negative balance. Let's check whether it works. My chat box is troubling me. Let's see. Wherever it is D, I've got the negative balance. And wherever it is C, I'm getting positive balance. And now when I go at the end, I can just drag this down or use the Control N button. I have my chat box because of which I'm not able to see. I'm trying to call since today morning for registration confirmation. Okay, fine, that is not my concern. Control End. This is the last thing where I use my auto sum. I'll be able to get the correct closing balance because wherever it is a debit balance, I have got the negative answers. Wherever it is credit, I've got the positive answers. Ma'am, if fission is used for generally, what is function? I didn't get the word function. If function is used for generally, Kanchan, what do you mean by generally? If function can be used in combination also, that also we'll be doing today. If is a very useful function. This way, we need to put the logical test. We need to create a logic for it, and we can use it in many places. We'll be using if with max. We'll be using if with and. Only if the time permits. I mean, for what purposes it can be used? It can be used where we have to satisfy a condition. Suppose if you are preparing a mark sheet and you want that all the marks should be about 10, 35% or 40%, and then only you get the answer as pass, or else you get it as fails. Please keep your cursor on the formula. Definitely, I'll do that. Control home. And this is the formula. I'll be showing it to you. Okay. If is used in many places, dear. It is not only restricted. Wherever you want to put a logical test, where you want to satisfy conditions. Suppose we are doing a bank audit. You want to flag something. You want to flag transactions going about 20 lakhs or 2 lakhs. Wherever the transaction. So if you want to flag, so you can just select the transaction amount as a logical test. If transaction amount is greater than 2 lakh, then you give a check over there in true value, and in false you can just leave it blank. So that if can be used n number of places. I cannot restrict if functions to a particular thing. I've basically taken those functions which are commonly used by chartered accountants. And can we go ahead? Let's be little quick. I don't want to extend today's lecture. I don't want anyone to miss out anything. Done, students? Yeah. Now time, this is very basic thing. This was just there in the portion, so I've just explained you, but it is very easy to understand. What is today's date? So if I want today's date, I want to calculate an age of particular person as on today. If I'm preparing forms where the age is a limit and I want to know the age, and they have just put on their date of birth. So how do we calculate that thing? There is a today's function. I've already used it over here. Okay, we'll do it over here. Equal to today, open parenthesis, close brackets, enter. So it is going to give me today's date. Now there is a date of birth over here. You can give any date of birth. Let's say it's 15/5. See the format. The format is first is the month. So even when I'm entering, I need to enter the month first and then the date. Minus 2022. Oh, sorry. Date will go in 1981. Okay. This is my birth date. So I want to calculate number of days. Simple. I'll minus this from this. Okay. So this is number of days I'm getting. And if I want to know what is my age, simply this divide by 365, I'll get my exact age. That what is my age. Done. Time out, time in. I have done this thing already in the first session when we were doing that custom different formats of the thing. Here I have customized this thing. When you go to the thing, you will be able to see the number formats. And number formats, I want my time to be hours, minutes, and seconds. So I've selected accordingly, customized way. You can select any of this. You want to select HMMS, you can select that. It is up to you. This is the number format where you can change the formatting of the number. So if I don't want this date in first as month double M double A D double Y format, I can just give a right click, go to format cells, they're customized, and I can select date, month, and year and click OK. This chat box is troubling me. Okay. So then accordingly, the date format will keep on changing. Time out, time in, we can use when we are having that punching sheets where the employees are supposed to punch in. So we can prepare, today we'll be learning that also, that how the data validation sheet can be prepared where you can enter your time, entry time you can enter, and your exit time of the office you can enter. This is just a customer's time. If you want to know that how many hours he has worked, simple this minus this. And you'll get to know number of hours of a person in the office. Okay, going ahead, nothing much to explain. Now here, when it comes to this thing. This is something very interesting we need to understand. What is year happening? There is a higher date. As I said that I want to calculate number of years that this fellow has worked in my firm. So how do I calculate that? Is equal to dated if. Dated if is a formula where you can use to calculate number of years person working any others. So the syntax here, it is not seen. I'll explain you the syntax. Dated if says first is select the date which you want to reduce with. So this date minus today's date, because I want to know as on today, this fellow has been working for how many days. So today's date, I have explained you how to get the today's date in the previous sheet, comma, and then number of years. When I put Y over here, the syntax says you select number of years. Okay. Is any new worksheets shared today? Yes, dear, it has been shared because I couldn't find this sheets in yesterday's Excel file. For you, I'm sharing the link once again. Be quick, join us. Download this sheet. You need to do the same thing what we did day before yesterday, downloading the sheet. Okay, coming back to my formula. Dated if. You won't find the syntax in the Excel. This is a very nice formula which I have made it. Y is used for years because I want to know number of years this fellow has worked with me. So from this date till today's date, how many number of years he has worked. I click enter. I have my cursor over here. I click enter and he has worked for 23 years. See, 99 minus 22 is 23 years. Copy this. There are variations of this formula. I'll help you out with it. Type this thing syntax for you all because you won't find the syntax anywhere. Higher date. Let's keep it higher date only. Higher date, comma, today's date, comma, number of years. Number of years. This is going to be the syntax for dated F. If I type this formula is equal to dated if, I am getting an error. Dear, you have downloaded and in my sheet you should not get the error because this is something which I have created specifically. Is others are able to do it other than Sonali? Please reply. Everybody is getting an error? No. Okay, so might be there is some configuration, no error, fine. My formula worked, yes, able to do. So then there is some problem with your version which is not getting because I'm working in a higher version, might be this older version which is not accepting this dated F. Yours is 2000 and Sonali, yesterday also you were having some problem with the thing, na? I think so. The version which you have downloaded must be the pirated version, because of which you are not getting this thing. You can just copy this formula. No, ma'am, it's office laptop. Okay. Sonali, you should have joined little earlier. We could have shared your screen and just seen what was the problem. Can you please share formula on chat? I'll do that after we finish the lecture because going two things together will waste our lecture timing. Okay, I'll do that thing. And I'll make a point that tomorrow when I'm taking the lecture, I had to explain you too many shortcuts, which is not possible now during the lecture. So can you please move the cursor on cell F2? Sure. Okay. So what I'll be doing tomorrow, the sheet which I'll be sharing with you, which will be an evaluation sheet. In that, we will be doing, I'll be having a whole page of it where all the shortcuts which are useful to us in a day-to-day life, that will be mentioned along with their explanation. Okay. And when that, I'll also put this formulas. So don't worry about it. Now, can we go to the next version of this formula? It's very easy. Same we are going to copy. Let's copy the same formula using a fill handle and some rows. Now what I'm changing over here, I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to change Y. If I change Y, it is going to give me, I'm changing Y to M. M stands for number of months. So it is going to calculate number of months from 11th February to April 2022. Similarly, the version changes to day. D is for day. So if I put it day, it will count the number of days I've worked in this particular firm. Come on, try this quickly. without wasting time. We need to do VLOOKUP, we need to do data validation at any cost today within the time limit. These are small formulas which are used in a day-to-day life, and this is really very useful when you're doing data analysis. After today, what have you written? After today, I have open parentheses and close parentheses in the formula, dear. Open brackets, close brackets, the brackets which are available in the number digits, 9 and 0. Okay, now coming to the next thing, next version. This was for date, month, and this. We can do something more than this. That is YD. Now, what is YD? When you do YD over here, what does it substitute? It would return number of days, ignoring number of years. It will, Anushri, what do you mean by can we update the formulas? There are different versions of the formulas, dear. We cannot update the formulas. So here what it is doing from 30th August to 7th of April, ignoring the years, it is calculating number of days for me. Copy this and please write the explanation for this, that otherwise you will not understand what is this YD. YD stands to return the number of days between the dates, ignoring the month and the year. Month, of course, it is going to calculate, then only it is going to calculate the days. When it is YD, definitely it is going to calculate the month and the date. As if we don't have the dated if formula, so we can update from somewhere except from updating Excel software. No, dear Anushri, you can't do that. Done with YD. There is one more version. YD, please explain again. YD is your first Y, the word Y letter is going to ignore the number of years, and D is going to give me the number of days between the date and calculating the date and the month. Means from 30th August to 7th of April, how many days it is going to be there. So just assume that this 2012 will become 2021. So from 30th August 2021 till 7th April 2022, how many days it is going to there? So YD stands for calculating number of days ignoring the years. Ankita, Bhuwani, if I even I don't have dated if, I'll just find it out what is the way to give you dated if in tomorrow's lecture. Today I don't have any solution because it is there in my software. I've made this macro and have been using it. I'll just find a solution for you. If any other file you can upload it on your PC, I'll just prepare a file for it, a software file for you, and then upload it tomorrow. For now enough, for now at least, Ankita, you can just copy this, that in future you can use this particular formula. Done with YD. The last version which we can do with it is YM. Now what is YM going to give me? YM is going to ignore the years and give me number of months. See, from December to April, it is 3 months. It is last month, it is calculating over here, and today's is April. So it is giving us 3 months of difference because April is still going on. So it is not counting April. What is the use of YD formula if I want to calculate number of years? Whether the if I have a limit, suppose you are calculating depreciation. So in depreciation, you want to know for how many days this particular asset was there in your this. So this is the date of the asset you have purchased. And here you are calculating YD using the number of days you have used the asset in the particular uh, organization. Okay, Rujita. Fine, done with this all versions. Can we go ahead? Going to the next end of the month. End of the month formula is used when you are calculating number of days. You want the last date. See, we have the deadlines. Last date of the month is for filing of your returns, filing of something or the other. So last date in our daily life is very important. And we want to calculate number of days that we want to know what is the last date of that particular month to set as a goal that before this date you are supposed to finish the work. This is used when you are assigning your goods, your work to your articles, when there is some kind of assignment given to your subordinates. You need to give them a target date that before this date you are supposed to finish. It could be running into months, it could be running into days. So at that time you need this function end of month. How does it work? EO, and you select end of the month. Here is the start date. So this is the date which I want to start, and I want to know number of months where it ends. So end of the month means it's a 0 month. I'll put 0 and close the bracket. It is going to give me the last date of that particular um, month. Okay, I'll show you the formula once again. Is equal to EO. EO stands for end of the month. You give a start date of that particular month, close the bracket, give the number of days, close the last date of the month, comma, give the number of months you want it. It is 0 because it's the same month, and you get the last date of that particular month. Done. Next, end of next month. If I want to finish it off, if I want to keep that by end of next month, suppose this is not the first of the date. Let's come over here for end of the date. This is 13. So there are only 16 or 17 days left in this particular month. I want to give 1.5 months timing to a particular article or my subordinate that by end of next month, you are supposed to finish off it. So every time I'm not going to remember which month we are going to work. So I'll just select my start date, comma, and number of months I'll give 1. 1 means the continuing one month, which it is 0 month, and 1, the next will be the next month. Okay. So by 13th, by 31st of August, he is supposed to finish this particular thing. So this is the use of end of next month. I hope my speed is okay. We are going a little faster, but we need to do VLOOKUP and data validation, which are very important topics. Done. Previous month, very easy to be done. You can pace it. Your pace is perfectly fine. Thank you. End of month. Again, we'll select the start date, comma. For previous month, we are going to use -1. So you'll get that what was the last month, which was the due date, and how many days you have extended. Now, suppose you have to file the TDS and you want to know that at the end of the month, which particular transactions were taken. So you just keep this end of the month formula for that particular transaction, and you get to know that whether it was for the last month or for the current year. Because see, this I'm taking very small examples so that it is explainable to you. Normally, our data, when we are working in the companies, it is running into pages, not into rows. It is running into pages, and everywhere you cannot use. So you can just use your fill handle to copy this data in rest of the thing. With Control F, you will be able to find which are the dates you are going to use So using multiple functions of Excel makes your life very easy to go through everything. Now 6 months from the date, very easy. Not able to join WhatsApp group via link provided it's showing error inaccurate date and time. Okay. Hina, I think so Shweta ma'am will be able to help you out on this thing. Again, the same end of the, no, this is 6 months from the date. Now exactly from date to date I want. Okay, this time till now we were working with end of month, end of previous month. Now just read the topic. The topic is saying 6 months from the date. I don't want the last date. I want exactly at that date after 6 months. If I've given someone ultimatum that within 3 months or within 6 months this project has to be handed over to me, so exactly that particular date I want. So e date on the place of e month is end of month, we are going to send end date, comma. And if it is 6 months, you can type 6 over here and you'll get the last day of that month. So if my month was starting from 4th of April, sorry, 4th April, you're both 4 are there. That is the reason we are getting confused. I'll change this date. Let the date change to 8. Yeah, I'll let the date change to 18. That will be more better, so that it is easily understood that which is the month and which is the date. So it is end of the date. You can say that it is 10th, 18th of October is your 6 months expiring. So if you want to keep it, you are in a manufacturing unit. You are having your data and you are giving 6 months warranty for every product which is purchased, and you want to know that warranty is expiring exactly on which date. So you can just give this end of date formula. So for every item, every transaction which you have sold, you will be able to get the end of the date when that particular warranty is getting over. Now, last date of the 6 months. Suppose you are saying that the continuing month is not included. You want the last date of the 6 months. So simple, you can use the same formula, end of month formula. Select the date, comma, give it 6. Because your containing month will be 0, so it will not be calculated. So your April month will not be calculated. From May, June, July, August, September, October. October will be your 6th month. This is the way you can calculate the last date after 6 months. Done till here, dear? Okay, very good. Now we can combine end of month with end of date. How can we do that? Now, suppose if I want to use two functions together, that is end of date and end of month. So what do I do? End of month, I select. Under that, I give end of date. And there I select the start date, comma. And now I want to know it for 5 months. I want to include the last, the ongoing month, the April month, along with that, that is the considered to be as the first month. On the place of 0 month, I want to consider this April as to be the first month. So I want to know the end date of for completing the 6 months of this particular date. So I'll select that date. I'll write 5, close the bracket. Once again, I'll close the bracket for end of month formula and press enter. There is the error. Everything is correct. Okay, I have to put the end of month. Okay, for number of months, I have to calculate over here in my end of month. So I need to put 0 over there because I'm calculating it over here in the date. My date is going to come exactly 18th October. It will not be October, it will be September, because 5 months I have selected, and end of month I'm going to put 0 because that month 0, that month date I want. So I'll use, it will be 30th September over here. Okay, understand, this is very useful. Normally, not understood. Okay, see, e date, when you're calculating number of days, right? This is what we have done over here. Understand this formula. This is giving me exactly 6 months from this date. So it is giving me 18th October, right? So when I put E date over here, so when I put E date over here, it is going to give me 18th October. But I don't want 18th, ma'am, show the formula of last date after 6 months. Okay. Seema, be quick. If we use the end of the month formula after 5 months, well, get the same answer. No, you won't get it for 5 months. 5 months, you'll get it for September because we are considering the ongoing month, April month, as the first month. So that is the reason when we are using it for 6 days. See, normally every company has their own policy. Few companies say that the ongoing month will be the 0 month. We take from date to date, fine. And few companies have that policy that they say that the ongoing month will be the first month of your will be considered as the first month. So in that case, you need to give 5 months because first month is the ongoing month. And if you want to know the last date of that particular end of the month, then you will use two formulas together. That is end of the month along with the end of date. What didn't you understand, Anushri? E date formula? Anushri, what didn't you understand? That we will get the same answer if we will use the end of the month of formula. Please explain two functions used together. See dear, this is last date after 6 months. After 6 months means it is going to complete 6 months, and then what is the last date of that month, it is going to give you this formula. In the F column, what answer you are getting? You are getting it after completing 6 months. What is the last date of that month? So what is the last date? What is the 6 months date from this? It is October, 18th October. So what is the last date of the October? That is 31st October you are getting. Okay. Now just imagine this is after completion of 6 months. After completion of 6 months, the last date you are getting. Here, I don't want to calculate the after completion of the 6 month. I want to calculate the last date of the 6th month. There is difference between completion of 6 months and last date of the 6th month. Okay. So here it is 6th month which I'm calculating. So what I'm doing, E date, I'm selecting the date from that 5 days because it is an ongoing month. Why 5 months over here? Because it is an ongoing month. Ongoing month is considered as 0 month. Okay. And end of month, I've kept it 0 because same whichever date which we are getting, that same date ka month I want. End of that same month. Okay. Done with this. Now, one small date and time will include a small thing. Now, normally we get always whenever any work has been given, any project has been taken, we say that within 7 working days. How do we calculate the 7 working days? It is very difficult. Every now and then we cannot open the calendar and sit and see that which date it was. This was Wednesday, so beach mein Saturday, Sunday aaya, so I have to exclude that Saturday, Sunday. I have some holidays, so I have to exclude that holidays. It's 7 business days or 7 working days. You can also call it 7 working days formula. It could be anything. I've just kept 7 as normally we use 7 working days. That is the reason I have kept 7 working days. It could be any number of days. Okay, equal to Workday International will go. Workday is an older version of Workday International. So we'll be using Workday International. Now, how this formula works? Here we have a start date, comma, days. So how many days do I want to work? So if I want, we normally get the answer for any of the, see, whenever we launch a complaint, anywhere on the web, we get the answer that within 7 working days, your problem will be solved. So how do we calculate that 7 working days? How will we decide that which is the last day? So we say 7 days, comma. Now there is a, this is an updated version of the workday where we get an option to select which days are our weekends. Normally in UAE, if you go to see, weekends are on Friday, Saturdays. In India, we have Saturday, Sunday. So every country, every continent have their own weekends. So here, when we are using the international formula, we get the liberty to select the internet weekends day. See, in India also many companies are there which are closed on Thursdays because of the power failure. So you can select accordingly that only Thursday is our weekend day. We are closed only on Thursday, or you can select it's only Tuesday. There is a list over here. I don't need to explain you that. So according to our requirement, we can select. So here we'll select Saturday, Sunday as our weekend. So using the tab key, I selected the weekend. Now the next thing it is asking me a list of holidays. Normally, when you're calculating business days, you have a list of holidays already in the same sheet. I have created a sheet over here, a list of holidays. I'll select that. What is this list of holidays? These are the holidays which are not there in the calendar, or if they are there in the calendar, because it is an international formula we are using. So 26th January may be a national holiday for Indians, but it might not be a national holiday for foreigners. So we have a list of holidays which is included over here. So when I include that list of holidays, I make it constant by using F4 because I want to copy the same formula in the rest of the days and close the bracket. So it is going to give me 11th January will be my last 7th business working day. How it has calculated, I'll just show you. Let's open your calendar. Are you all able to see my calendar? Oh, my chat box is gone. Yes, okay, fine. You are able to see my calendar. So see, in January, what was our start date? It was 1st. So 1st being a holiday will not be counted. 2nd be a Sunday, not counted. So what is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7th? 7th is my business working day, which is 11th January. Clear? You can check with other dates. You can just use the autofill handle. With double click, you will get all the days over there, and you can just check it that whether it is coming correct or not. Understood with this? Okay, let's go ahead. Can we go ahead to Vlookup? Vlookup. Now, what does Vlookup? Understand Vlookup. Vlookup, it means vertical lookup. Yeah, you can use it for payment due dates, for bank holidays, everywhere you can use this. This is a very nice formula which we can use it. See, how to use Excel formulas, it depends from person to person, from a need to need, not even from a person to person, from a need to need. When we need something, we need that formula. To have the knowledge of that formula is important. Where we can use it, it's up to us. Like if function, I can use it for preparing mark sheet. I can use it to customize my data, which I've got it from a customer's customized format. Normally, when I go to audit for a bigger companies, like usually I do audit for sugarcane factories and everywhere. So there they have their customized data. So customized form softwares they have for their accounting, and it is not easy for us to go through. पहले तो उनका समझने में ही time लग जाता है कि वो 7 days goes in just understanding how the software is going to work and how it is going to give me the answer. So what we request them on the place of wasting that 7 days of our audit, we tell them that you give me your worksheets in the Excel format, the one which we did it in a function. So they give us they extract the entire data they are in the Excel format, and then we work it in on it. So as per the requirement, we use all different kinds of formulas. Okay, now coming back to VLOOKUP. What does VLOOKUP mean? VLOOKUP means vertical lookup. Vertical means column wise lookup. Okay, first understand what is VLOOKUP. Now VLOOKUP is very commonly used and very, very important formula which is every CA should know. Now we have a VLOOKUP. Now what is this sheet saying? This is a data of loan sanctioning bank department. This is a bank audit period. April, May, usually we are busy with bank audits. Bank gives us data. How does it give the data? It gives us the data that there is only one sheet where there is a loan sanction and the customer name along with the account number. Okay, this is one sheet which we are having the data. The other sheet is having the data of the account number, demand raise and collection need. So if you want to find the NPAs, we need to have all the data all together so that we can flag which is the customer, which is an NPA. For that, in one particular sheet, I want the loan sanction, I want the demand raised, I want the collection made, and then I can add on the tables over here. I can add on the columns over here as per my requirement, what I want to work with it. How can we extend columns with the shortcut keys? See, if it is a table, you don't need to do anything. Yesterday, I showed you, Anushri, that if it is an Excel table, it's very easy to convert a data into table. So if I just want to convert this data into tables, simple, I can insert, can go to table and Control T is the shortcut for table. So I can create a table over here. Extend column, not table. No, this is the table which I'm preparing. And if I want to extend the table over here, column in the table, okay, 1 minute. Let me show you how to do column. This is the table which I've prepared. Control Z. It's the wrong this thing. I'll click over here. Otherwise, I specifically select my table array. I go to insert table. Now this table is inserted. If I want to insert a column over here, I just need to type NPA and a column is automatically inserted. This is available only in how to use it without using the mouse. Control T. For table, it's Control T. You select this thing. See, okay, let me show you without the mouse. You want to see it without the mouse. This is my normal table. Shift, Control, down arrow key. I leave the control button. I select the columns. Okay, so I've selected with my keyboard. Control T is for table. I have got the table. I click on OK. Otherwise, I press enter, better. And then when I come to this particular column, I just enter NPA and a column is added to my table. How to increase the width without using the mouse? Ma'am, I don't have to ask about adding a column. I want to increase the mouse. So mouse, you normally use it. I have always been using the mouse to increase the width. So never tried it with the this thing. You can do that. You need to format the cell. So you need to go to format cell and increase the width. You go to format cells and there in the font size, you can increase the width according to the width. The font will also increase. Let's not get away from the topic. Let's stick to our VLOOKUP. Okay. So vertical lookup, it is going to, now I want to link to tables. I have a table of customer name over here along with the amount sanction. I want to know what is the demand raised and what is the collection name. And that data, I have it in another worksheet. So from this worksheet, I want to take the data in my this worksheet. So how it is going to look? Equal to VLOOKUP. Okay. VLOOKUP using the tab key I've selected. Understand the syntax. Please understand the syntax. Lookup value means what I'm going to look up. Okay, before we start with this, I have some instructions to be given for VLOOKUP. If you are using VLOOKUP formula, few conditions have to be fulfilled. First, the first column has to be the common column between both the tables. The first column, let me escape this. The first account column, which is a unique code column, has to be common in both the tables. Then only you can link both the tables. This is the first condition. The second condition is that Your this first column always has to be first, and the VLOOKUP will be using it on the your right hand side. Your data will always be found on the right hand side, not on the left hand side. I cannot have my account column somewhere in between and customer name first, loan sanction, and then account number. That is not possible. That is the second condition. And the third condition is that this column which I'm having it should have the unique data. Unique data means customer can be A, another customer also can be A. The name of two customers can be same, but the account number they will be sharing will be a unique account number. Okay. Employee code, if you are sharing, your employee code is going to be unique. Roll number you are sharing, the roll number is going to be unique as per the student. Okay. So we have to work VLOOKUP with the unique code and not with any other. Okay. VLOOKUP. Now lookup value, this is the lookup value. That has to be the first one. Now, since we have converted this data into table, you must have not converted because it was not done in my sheet. Okay. So here it is coming account number. Let me remove this so it will be more better for you to understand. I right click on it. Actually, this tabs, they really trouble me. Table design, and I want to clear the table styles, convert to range. Okay, so now this is a normal range. I'll be able to explain in a better manner. VLOOKUP. Lookup value will be your account number because that is the unique code through which you are looking, comma. Now table array. Where is my table? Where I have to look? It is in the next sheet. So I'll select the next sheet, select my table array, shift, and the last cell I'm selecting. So my entire table is selected. You can see in the formula bar what is happening, comma. Now read, it is given the sheet name. The sheet name is given after the exclamation mark. The exclamation mark separates the sheet name from the cells which I've selected. So it is going to say that in which sheet I'm going to find this cells or the table array which I've selected. The next syntax reads as column index number. What do you mean by column index number? In which column I'm supposed to find in this table? My first table from where my table array starts will be my first column. My second column is demand raise, which I'm finding. So it is column number 2. So I'll put column number 2 over here as my index number. Then going to lookup range. Lookup range, here you please put it, see, we get 2 lookup range. One is true and one is false. So we are going to select false at present to find the exact match. At the beginning of the first lecture, I told you that there are 3 kinds of true and false. One is the logical test where you get true and false. You get a value if it is true, you get a value if it is false, which we did it in the if function. The second one is the end function, which we use where it gives you the true as a answer and false as an answer. That we'll be doing in the later part of the lecture today. And the third one is this, which is true is approximate match, false is exact match. At present, take exact match. What is approximate match? That I'll come to it. Don't worry, I'll explain you both the things in details. So at present, just select false exact match and close the bracket and enter. You'll get the data over here. See, how did it go? How did VLOOKUP work? First, it will go to C4. It will find the value in the C4. 111. It will go to VLOOKUP 2. There in the table array from B4 to B11, it will find where is 11 or 111. So you'll get 111 over here. It will halt over there. Then it will go and see what is the column index number. It will go to the column index number 2. And in 2, whatever the data is corresponding to this 111, it is going to give me that data. And it is going to find the exact match. So it is not going to find 110 or 113. It will exactly find 111. Okay, understood this? Try this. Done, students? Very good, Harshita. Everybody is finished. Can I go ahead? Please give me one more answer. Okay, fine enough. Now, if I use this using my fill handle, it is not going to work. Why it is not working? Without wasting any time, I'll just tell you. Let's see the table array in this. The table array has changed from B4 to B5. Every time I copy this formula in my next sheet, my table array is changing. So I need to fix my table array. This we have done yesterday using the absolute referencing. So I just need to click over your F4, click over your F4. And it becomes fixed. And now when I copy the same formula, I'll get the correct answers. Okay. So can you, we'll do it in collection made. Perfectly done. Fine. Equal to, now let's see how do we find collection made. In the same formula, Vlookup is equal to Vlookup. Again, my lookup value is going to be same, comma. My table array, I'm going to go to Vlookup, select this table array, same table array. I can select the entire table array also. Not an issue. Huh? I can select as much as table array I want to do. So I increase my table array, comma. Now just see, it is asking me column index number. You can see the formula over here, syntax over here. It is asking me column index number. Now collection made is in third. So first, before putting a comma over here, I'll just fix this because we have learned that we need to fix it. So I don't need to go and change. I'll fix using my F4. I'll fix it and then go to column index number, which is the third one over here. This is the third column. So we are going to look for the third column over here, comma, and then again the false match. False match, you can put 0 also. So on the place of collection made done good. On the place of false match, you can use 0 over here and click enter. So not necessary, you need to type false, you need 0 for false and for true it is 1. Done everybody, collection made. So this is your Vlookup, one type of a Vlookup when you're linking two tables together. Fine, 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 enough. Okay, this is your homework. From Vlookup 1, you're going to get the customer name and the customer ID. And if you are not able to do this tomorrow, you can ask me in tomorrow's session. We have one more day, so you can clear your doubts on this. Fine, so this is your evaluation sheet. Come on, now next, what is Vlookup approximate? Let's understand this. Here we had an exact match. We were working with it. Everything was going fine. Now here there are conditions. I have to give commission based on a range. What is the range over here? The range is that less than 1 lakh, if the person salesman makes the person sales less than 1 lakh, he's not going to get any commission. If between 1 lakh to 2 lakhs, he's going to get 10, 2 to 5, 20, and more than 5, he's going to get 30. Okay. So I've made a small criteria table over here. I need to move this chat box. Okay, there is a small criteria table over here which says it's a simple logic: 0, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakh. All the minimums I have put over here. My formula is going to work with minimum up to the next maximum. Minimum up to the next maximum. That is the way Vlookup works when it's approximate. So here I've started with minimum and then I have put the percentage that from 0 to 1 lakh means 99,999. It is going to give me 0%. From 1 lakh to 1,99,999, it is going to give me 10% and so on. So, this I've done it. Please delete this. I request you all to please delete this. Okay. Here we are going to calculate the commission percentage. So using a Vlookup, My lookup value is going to be the sales amount over here, comma. In the same sheet, I'm going to select the table area. Last time we had it in a different sheet. This time we have it in the same sheet. Okay, comma. Now, what is column index? Where is the commission percentage? It is in the second column. See, this is in my table. This is the first column and this is the second column. So my percentage of commission is in the second column. So I'll put column index number 2, comma, and this time I'll select approximate match. I'll select approximate match, close the bracket, enter. It is giving me 30%. Why 30%? Because more than 5 lakhs. Come on, try this quickly. We'll fix this. I forget always absolute referencing. If I copy it in the rest of the thing, initially, where's my fill handle? I get the answer. Understood this? Or you want me to explain? So whenever there is a range, we find approximate. So it is going to look in that range, and your range you are going to decide with the minimum. Okay, fine. Going quickly to the next sheet. That is also we look up approximate. Now just imagine what happens over here. Why we can't use approximate over here? What I'm supposed to see, I have to find from this rate table, I have to find the numerical score for this name whose rating is fair. So I use Vlookup very quickly based on the rating. So rating will be my lookup value, comma, table array. This is my table array. Okay, so I need to select this table array, shift and control down arrow key, my table array. F4 will fix both the thing, comma, column index number. Where is the numerical score? It is in the second column. So I select second column, comma, and I give approximate match. So either I put 1, let's put 1 on the place of true. We'll put 1 and enter. See what we are getting. For fair, it is 71. I'm getting 99. I'm not getting exactly what I want. So where you have to find it exact match, you are supposed to click over there for false. So it is going to go give you the exact match. So if here on the place of 1, I put 0, it is going to give me 71 then. That it is going to find the exact match over here. Understood the difference between true and false, that is approximate match, and exact match. So wherever the words are there, where you have to find the exact match, where there are account numbers, the employee codes, you need to give true, or you need to give false, that is approximate match. And wherever there is a range, you can select true as approximate match. Okay, a small thing I would like to show. Now, just imagine in this sheet only, if I want to look up a value, I want to look up the name. Let's add a column over here. We'll increase this column width and we'll give an employee code. Okay, let's give employee code. Quickly, you can give any, can you repeat the previous formula? Press F2 for the formula. Yeah. See what we had done over here. We had given an true, that is an approximate match. So when it goes to approximate match, what it is doing, it is approximately finding. It is approximately going to E2. It is seeing fair in the rate table, and in the table it is giving me in the second column, whichever is there, whatever the value is there, it is giving me that value. Because it is an approximate match. It is not going to go for an exact match. So if I want a correct value over here, I need to give 0, which will be a false match. And that will give me exactly, it will go and find fair. It will exactly find the same words. It will not find the other word. See, if satisfactory, it will give me 78. If it is fair, it will give me 71. If it is fail, it will give me 50. I don't have a fail over here. Let's type fail over here. It will give me 50. It will not give me fair. Okay. So where there is a approximate match is normally used when you are having a sales or you have a range where you have to see from this range to this range, and exact match you are going to use it. That is false match when you have to use the exact words or exact numbers you are going to look for. Right? Done with this formula, I need to explain something more in this VLOOKUP. Fine. Okay, let's go ahead. Just give some kind of numbers over here. Give any numbers. Any numbers which you wish to give. Just we need some employee codes over here to explain you something, because I need to use connotation. Sorry, I can't use the same number again. Okay, fine. That's enough. Now, imagine there is a huge data of your employees and you are supposed to find on a particular employee. I want to find an employee using the code. Employee ID is my thing. We'll increase this with, okay, employee ID is over here. And with the VLOOKUP function, whenever the ID over here changes, let's put an ID over here for an example, 1021. And with the change of this employee ID, I want the name to be presented over here. See, normally when you go to multinational companies, what happens? There are many employees and every employee is known by his code. You don't know anyone personally when you go to the HR department. So if I'm working in the HR department and I need to know an employee's name, so how do I know it? Is equal to VLOOKUP function. I use my lookup range out of my table array. Okay. I select my table array over here. This is my table array, comma, column index number. Where is the name? It is in the second column. So 2, comma, and exact match. So 0 for false, exact match, enter. So immediately I need to move my chat box again. Okay. So immediately I'll get the name of that particular person. I'll be able to get the name of a particular person. So whenever you go with any query to the HR department that my salary has not been debited properly or my some rights have been not given to me in my laptop, so they find out using your employee ID that according to your employee ID for what you are eligible or not. So you have a whole huge data with the HR department. It could be any, okay, forget about the HR department. You can be working in a manufacturing unit. You have n number of products over here. Every product has a different product code. You want to find a particular product. So how do you find a particular product from a huge data? You use a VLOOKUP. Every time you change over here, you get your required answer over here. Fine. Come on, understood with this? Finish off with this. Done. Okay, fine. Now, for me, the name is not sufficient. Here we are having rating. Normally, we have different divisions, which department he is working, which branch he is working. So along with the name, I also want to know the department or the branch. So you're on the place of department or branch or the region, I'm having rating. So we'll take rating. If I want to know the rating also, so how do I find? Ma'am, can you make a drop down list in the last formula? Or which formula, Harshida, you're talking? Drop down list we are going to cover up in the data validation. So please wait for it. We are doing it today itself, data validation. Let's not get out of the box. Okay. So along with this name, I also want to know the rating. So how do I use two VLOOKUPs together? Control C, Control V, I copy the same formula and the connotation and I'll be using VLOOKUP again, the same index I want, comma, the same table array. So I select the same table array once again, comma, rating is in the third column. So third column, comma, and again the exact match. So 0, enter. So this way, 1 minute. I need to put something over here because this is my reference ID. So I put 1026. So I get that Mr. Bench is working in Mr. Ben John is good. But see now there is no space in between. Does this make any sense for me? It is not understandable. I have two VLOOKUPs together. I've joined with a connotation. Fine enough. I'm getting the rating. I'm getting the name, but it is not making any sense. So what do I do? First of all, for my VLOOKUP, I'll make this constant. I make this also constant. I make my table array also constant because I want to copy the same formula somewhere else. So using my F4, I make everything constant. Okay. So now this is not making a sense for me. So I copy the same formula, Control C, Control V, F2. I'll change something over here. What I'll put some data tags in between. So if I want to put any text, it will be in my open inverted commas is a space bar and then close bracket, and before is also I'll put a space bar. Before is also I'll put a space bar. Okay, and after closing my open inverted commas, I need to put an end to join the next VLOOKUP. So what is happening over here? Understand. VLOOKUP and this text and VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP and this text and VLOOKUP. Enter. So now it is going to make sense for me. Bench John is a good rating or is in a particular region or a branch. You can, that is a grammatical thing which you can make it correct. But the what is the point over here? Using the and connotation, you can join to VLOOKUP and you can add on in between some text as per your requirement. Come on, copy this also. So that it remains with you in the, for your future reference. That how can you join two or more VLOOKUPs. Done? Okay, fine, I'll get it. Once you finish, please let me know so that we can quickly go to HLOOKUP. Everybody other than Vaishali? Fine, good. So have you all understood all different kinds of VLOOKUPs we are using? VLOOKUPs exact match, approximate match, VLOOKUP in the same sheet, using two VLOOKUPs together. Okay. Now going to HLOOKUP. HLOOKUP is nothing different than VLOOKUP. It is the same thing. Only difference is that in VLOOKUP, we look it vertically, so we use the column index number. In HLOOKUP, we are looking horizontally, so we use the row index number. Okay, quickly I'll explain you the same format, same syntax, nothing changes in HLOOKUP. So don't worry about it. Lookup, this time I want to look the marks for Sonam. So my lookup value is Sonam, comma, my table array is going to be from your shift button till the last. Okay, I fixed it using F4 this time without forgetting, comma, and row index number. Now I want to know this. Sorry. I've selected a wrong thing. Here it has to be according to the row we are going now. So on the place of B, it has to be A. A. Okay. So A2 is your Sanskrit. So I want marks of Sonam for Sanskrit. What I'm looking Sanskrit marks of Sonam. So A2 is Sanskrit. I'm little confused. I'm little confused. 1 minute. It was B2 only. 1 second. Let me just check it. I'm confused with my own formula. H lookup value will be Sonam. Okay, it will go and find Sonam in the table array. Fine, comma. Row index number will find Sonam is in which row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8th row, I'll put 8 over here, comma, and exact match. So I'll select false and click. So it is going to give me Sanskrit mass. What is happening? Okay, so I was correct. I had to give it A2 over here, not D2. So for Sonam, it is going to give me Sanskrit marks. See, Sanskrit, Sonam has scored Sanskrit marks 23. So what is my lookup value? My lookup value in the 8th row is 8th column. In the 8th row, it is Sanskrit. So in the 8th row, it will go. How is the H lookup going to work? Once again, I'll explain you. It will go and find Sanskrit, where it is going to find in this table. Where in this table? In the 8th row. In the 8th row, wherever it finds Sanskrit in the table, it is going to give me the value. Okay. So that is what is your H lookup. I hope I'm clear. Window. Fan. H lookup seems to have limitation as compared to Vlookup. Later saves time in data analysis as compared to former. Yeah, a little bit, but fine enough. See, if you want to go find the data on the row basis, then you need to use horizontal lookup. When your data is row wise, you need to use H lookup. And if it is column wise, you can go for Vlookup. It depends how you put your data. If you are more comfortable with Vlookup, use the transpose option. As simple as that. You can transpose this data exactly in the vertical format on the place of horizontal format. I have taught you transpose on the first day. Then can we go ahead? Can you please show me
ये
lookup
टेल
formula?
बच्चे लोग को गूगल फॉर्म भेजे तो एक बार मेरे को बोलना तो चाहिए
Two VLOOKUP formula.
क्या चल कल तो मैं
for a
थी आज
minute. Sure.
से
But be a little
आज
quick
नहीं थी
here.
जब तो मैं बोल रहा था तो नहीं कर रही इतने
This is
मैंने
what we have done.
विदेश को बोला वो मेरा
You can
बात
take a
सुनता नहीं हो
screenshot of this,
आप ही
dear.
बोलो क्या तो
Kapoor ma'am,
अरे
ma'am,
कॉलेज
your
से फोन
mic
आने
is
लगे मेरे
open.
को आपने से भेजा के इधर
Kapoor ma'am.
अभी या
Please mute your mic, ma'am.
sorry
No, it's okay. Done? Okay, fine. H lookup done. See, these are financial functions. These are very
Zainab,
easy ones. Yes,
I
ma'am.
will address for 2 minutes. After
Sure.
you finish, you let me know.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. I'll let you know. Okay. Here, you want to go with the financial functions or you want to go to data validation? Quickly answers. We don't have time. We have only half an hour. Either I can take either of it. Data validation, fine, good, done. Okay, let's go to data validation. Now, somebody had asked me the drop down arrow. So if for different divisions, I want a financial, will do it tomorrow. Don't worry, Ridhima. We are not going to skip anything. I'll see to it that we complete our portion by tomorrow on time. We just have half an hour, so I just wanted to ask what we want to cover in the half an hour. So let's go with the data validation. We can finish it in a half an hour. If time permits, I'll do financial functions today. Quickly. Divisions. I have different projects. Okay. So I have different divisions. Let's please name some divisions quickly. We have R&D division. We have marketing. We have sales. We have HR. Okay, let's take roughly. I'm just taking this is just to explain you what is data validation. Now I want to put division over here, and I want people to put select only this 5 division. Those people who are filling this form, this is a company's form. Example, it's assuming that it's a company form where I want people to select the division from the drop down arrow key. So in this cell, I want to put the data validation. So I go to the data tab quickly. I go to data validation over here. When I click on data validation, a wizard opens. Here I want to allow to select from the list. So I select this list, and here I have a source. So I select the source. See, there are multiple ways where I can give the source. First one is either I can just type it over here, RND, comma, HR. I will not type much. This is just for a explanation. Okay, so this is one thing where I can give the source, and the drop down arrow keys will be open where I have both the things which I have separated with a comma. Another way, again, going to the data validation, I can use the list on the place of source, typing it over here. I can prepare a list. So list, I will select it from here and then click OK, and I have all the list over here in my data validation. So any person who is going to enter will select any one of them. Now, if I want to make them know that you are supposed to select it only from the list, so I need to give a message to them. So that also I can do it in data validation. I go again back to the data validation on the same cell, go to input message and type the message over there. Select from the list. Please don't go on my spelling because we have very little time. I need to explain a lot. So immediately it will give you an information over that you are supposed to select from the list. So the person who is going to enter over here, suppose if I type something over here, production, it is not going to allow me to type production. It will give me an error. This does not match value the data validation restrictions defined in the cell. I can change this error also. How do I do it? If we add in the list upwards, the drop down will be updated. Ma'am, Dhwani, ma'am, please give me some time. I'll be coming to that point also. First, let's learn how to create a list. I'll cover up everything, Dhwani, don't worry. Now see, this error which I'm getting, if I'm typing production, I want to change the error. So I can change the error. How do we do it? Again, going to the same data validation, go to data validation, go to error alert. Okay. In error alert, I'll put the error selection from the list, from the given list only to be done. So when anybody is typing anything else, they are going to get a error selection from the given list only to be done. And then it will go to retry and you can select it from the list over here. Cancel will go over here and then you can select from the list. Chalo, come on, create this list quickly. Try this, we'll go ahead. Very good. Done data validation. Okay, so list is done. Now somebody asked me that I want to update the list. So I put here one more department, which is production department. So is the production department added over here? No, not added. So what can I do to add it? One thing I can do, I can hold this thing and put it, I don't have a mouse. Actually, my laptop mouse is not working. So what I can do, I can insert a column over here, Alt IR. Alt IR. So a column is inserted, and in between the selected cells, I insert this column Control X, Control X, and I put this over here. Now my list will be automatically updated. When it is between the cells, it will update. If I put it at the end, it will not update. Do it this quickly. See, it won't get updated when it is end. So if I put it between the list, it will get updated. Done? Okay. Now what is the solution for this? How to do updation? I want to put it at the end only. I don't want it to be it's a new division which has been added and I want to put it at the end. So what do I do? Simple. What we can do is put a cursor over here, go to insert tab, insert a table. You have Excel tables. My table has a header. Okay. I have made this table. Now I don't want this table with a style because already my project sheet is having a style. So I don't want a style over here. So what do? I click over here, go to table designs, go to this drop down arrow key and clear the style. So again, it becomes a normal list. Now add one more department. Tell me any department. Purchase department. Okay. Purchase department. I added a purchase department. See, it will be automatically updated even if it is at the last. So Excel table always helps. So I always tell my students, use Excel table, don't use Excel data. It takes one click to just click on the data and create a table. Done? So got to know how to update the list. Can we go ahead? Can you repeat? What do you want me to repeat? The table part? See, this is my data. Entire thing, Kanchan, what do you want me? Be specific, we have limited time. Okay, only the table part. See, I have a list, the last one, the table part. When I enter, let's convert this thing from the table design. I convert this to a range. Okay, so now this is no more a table, this is no more an Excel table. So here I put sales department 1. Okay, there is one additional department. Is my thing updated? No, it will not get updated. So if I automatically want to update my list, I need to put this as a table. So what do I do? Anywhere in the list, I'll keep my cursor, go to insert, go to table. Okay, Control T is a shortcut for table, I've told you. My table has header, I click it and click OK. So now it has converted itself into table. I don't want any table style. I don't want to make it jacky. My list should not be that jacky very this thing. So I clear my table styles from here. In the table design, in the different table style, I clear the table style. Okay. So now when I add this thing, sales department 2, my list will be automatically updated and still my list looks like a normal list. Okay, I had removed it from the table. Was it that? I created a table. This is a table, right? I'm getting a table design tab means that means it is a table. So what is the issue? Okay, my table data, table range must be different. I need to change my table range. Table range, where can I increase my range? Again, I'll just better I select the table and increase the range. It is 9. Now it's okay. So automatically my data will be what is happening. 1 second. Let me go to data validation. Data validation. The source over here is okay. Here the source is changed. I need to change the source over here and it will get updated. So now when I see it is updated. Now if I add any one more over here, sales 3, it will automatically get updated because it is included in the table. See, sales 3 is there. Fine. Okay. Now next data validation, project date. Now the project date, which is going to be a future date. The projects are going to start in the future. So I want that nobody should enter a date which is a date before any past dates. It has to be a future date. So how do I validate it? So coming to this thing, I go to data validation. Data validation, the same thing. This time I'll say date. On the place of list, I'm going to select date. And date, I'm going to be, I want a future date, so I'll say greater than. Greater than which date? Today's date. So either I can put the today's formula, or else I can put the today's date. Whatever is as per my wish. Date is invalid. Okay. Every formula starts with is equal to, I forgot my own instructions. So now here, when you see today is 7th April, if I put 3rd April 2022, it is not going to accept it. The value does not match the data validation restriction. If I put 8th April 2002, it is going to accept it without any errors. Okay. Again, the same thing in the same data validation, you can put the input message saying that input future date, input future date, and in error alert, you can make the message. Acha, there are 3 different kinds of error alert. Okay, 1 minute. Let me explain that. One is the information. Information means it is only going to give you information. It will not stop you over there. So if there is an error, it will give you information. You can just put information, put future date and finish it. So now see, when I'm putting the date over here, 3/4/2022, it is going to accept, but it will give me an option if I say okay, it is still going ahead. So this was just an information kind of a thing which I can put. It is not going to restrict my data. It is not going to restrict my data. That is possible. See, it is possible that I might at the back, my project might be started and then I'm updating my list. So in that condition, I just need to give her information. I can put an input information, input message, and I can just validate my data saying that this is the information which needs to be done. But it is not compulsory. If you are updating your form later on, it's fine enough, but you were supposed to update it before. That is the reason you were supposed to put future date. So this is one kind of an error alert. The second error alert we have learned stop, where it stops, where it completely stops. And the third one is the warning. Warning, you can say alert. Enter only future date. Okay. So now when I'm going to put 2nd April over here, let me delete this. 2nd April 2022. It is going to give me alert, and then it will ask me whether you want to continue with 2nd April. If you feel, हाँ नहीं, it is गलत, मुझे तो future date ही डालना था, then you will say no, and you will change the date to 8th April 2022 and go ahead. Or else, if you know, you say that, nah, yeah, right, it's my mistake. I'm doing the entry on the later date. It's 4th April 2022, which has to come. So you can just say yes and you can continue with it. Okay, so there are 3 types of errors which you can say, where you just give a information stating it. Second is warning, it will stop you. It will ask you whether you want to move even after the warning. Yes. If you want to correct yourself, go for no. And the third error alert is stop, which will not allow you to do only. So if I don't want anyone to put it on the back date, I will put the third error, which is stop, which we used it over here in sales department. So suppose if I'm putting your production, so immediately it will give me an error alert, which will not allow me to do anything. It will say that you have to and have to select it from the list itself. Okay, clear with this both? Try this for yourself. Come on quickly. Swati, the link, I will be doing it, Swati, at the last of the lecture because last 15 minutes are left and I want to complete with this topic. Please have patience. The link will be shared with you. No issues, Shaila, that's okay. But you will get the video so you can get whatever you have missed from the videos. In case if you are able to see the video today, Shaila, it would be good. You can, tomorrow is the last lecture. I'll be helping out with all the queries you all have it. Okay, fine. Done with this, others? Okay, date done. Coming to project number. Now project number, I wanted to restrict only, I know all my projects are running up to 5 digits. No, sorry, I want project numbers, mein only numbers to be entered. So how do I don't want anyone to enter any text over here. Whatever the project number is there, it has to be numbers. So I go to data validation, from there, the settings, over here, I select whole number, and there, none I will select over here, or I can select whole number, which I know my project number is relating to 4 digits. So I can say minimum of 1000 and maximum of 999. Okay. If I put it over here, so if I type over here 123, it is not going to accept. Again, I can change my error over here, which I've already shown you, will not waste time on it. So if it is 4 digit, it will accept it. If it is anything less than 4 digit, it will, sorry, anything less than 4 digit, it will not accept. Anything more than 4 digit, it will not accept. It will accept only the values between 1000 to 9999. Because I know my project numbers are ranging from this range only. Shweta ma'am, I'll ask Kapoor ma'am to share the link, Rashida, at the last. So you can join the WhatsApp group at 5 minutes before we end the lecture. Okay, fine, shared over here, so not an issue. This is, I think, so the sheet or link which we are sharing. Anushri is sharing the sheet link. Okay, done with project number. So if I want only 4 digits to be entered, this is the way I can do it. Rashita, you'll get the WhatsApp link. Don't worry, I'll ask Kapoor ma'am to be done. Okay, company code. Now, company code may, I know my company code starts with ZA123012. So how is it my company code? My company code is a 5 length. The length of my company code is 5, irrespective of the number. It can be a alphanumeric number. It can be anything. So in this condition, I cannot use the number one thing. Whole number wala formula I cannot use because it is an alphanumeric thing. So how do I validate this thing? So I go to data validation, go over here, Here I'll select the text length, and text length I will say equal to 5 digits. Text length equal to 5 digits. So anything less than 5 digits, if I type over here, whether it is a number, it is going to give me an error. If it is a number, still it is going to give me an error. Whether it is 5 digits complete, it will take it. If it is 5 digit alphanumeric, still it will take it. But minimum 5 digits should be my company code. So it could be alphanumeric. In that condition, I use the data validation text length. Okay, text length equal to 5 digits. Input message, error alert for everything you can do, dear. I'm not showing this every now and then. I've shown you all the 3 error alerts which are available over here. You can put a title over here for the error alert that the title is by Ms. Zainab. So you can put the error over your title as whenever I'm putting that Zainab has restricted the thing. When you put, immediately it will get the Zainab is saying that this value does not match. So your error over here will be, the title will be displayed over here for your error. So any title you can put as whatever is appropriate. Or can we put here to start with ZA or for company code? Yes. Yes, Hina, you can put anything. Because the text length over here I have kept. What is the data validation saying? The data validation is saying me that the text length has to be equal to 5 digits, 5 characters. It can be alphanumeric, it can be full of alphabetic, it can be full of numeric, irrespective of whatever. So on the place of Zainab, if I want to put A, B, C, D, E, I can do that also. Okay. Then up to here, can we go ahead? Clear everything? Coming to project description. Okay. Again, the same data validation. Now, what description you want to validate? What you want to validate over here? Let's customize a description. So I customize it over here, and I want to put a sorry, we cannot put formulas. If I'm saying that if that it will allow only if ZA plus 3 numbers or both, both. Okay. Customization, we don't have anything over here because we don't want to put formula in this project description. That does not suit. Otherwise, you can just put any formula also over here. The way we did in today's formula, na? In date we had kept today ka formula. That also will do. So customization will leave it. We'll keep it any value. So anything you can put it in description. You can put any value over here. So you can either put numbers or you can put the text that the project was good. The project was on time. So any value you can select over here. Okay, so that will be your project description. Now this is, I'm validating a single set every time. So is, uh, is it possible for me to copy the same validation on the entire sheet? Yes, that is possible. So how do I do it? So I select the cells, Control C to copy. Now Control V, Control C to copy. Okay. Where do I want to paste it? I want to paste it up to 50th row. So Control Shift down key up to 50th row I select. I select my columns also. Okay. And then I give a right click on it. Go to Paste Special. In Paste Special, when I click Paste Special, there is a dialog box which opens. See, this is the dialog box which opens in Paste Special. And there I will go and click on validation. What do I want to copy? I want to copy the validation. I don't want to copy the formulas. I don't want to copy the data inside the cell. I just want to copy the validation which I have done. And I click on OK. So everywhere my validation is available. So here I can only input the future date. Here I can put the project number up to 4 digit. If more than 4 digit I'm putting, it is going to give me an error. I had selected everything. Was there a mistake in my selection? Okay, this is the way you can select. I think so there was a mistake in my selection. That is the reason it has not copied to the next of the columns. Otherwise, you can copy the same thing everywhere. You can just extend this thing using my shift key, left key. I can extend this and it will be done. And in the paste special, nothing was copied, so space special is not there. So accordingly, it will be done over there. Okay, done. Just try this, copying the data validation. Why I'm getting an error? Let me also check. Control C. Copy that. I want to paste it over here. Control down. I click on the right click, go to paste special, go to paste special. There I click on validation. And click OK. The validation has to be available everywhere. Yeah, see now it is available. There was some mistake I have done somewhere. That is the reason the validation was not there. Now the validation is everywhere. Clear? Done with this? So this is what is your data validation. One more thing I would like to explain in this is okay, that will become too much advanced. Won't be able to cover up today. Fine, let's send it over here to the data validation. Done here. So can we go quickly to financial functions? We still have 7 minutes. Any queries in data validation? Everything is clear. Those who had all that drop down arrow key and everything. Okay, how to remove the data validation? Okay, that is also one thing I need to show you. Come on, suppose if my form was only till 15th row. For the rest of the row, I want to do something else. So I select it. And how do I clear this data validation? I go over here, go to data validation, erase current settings and click OK. Clear all, whatever is selected there, the data validation will get cleared. So here I will not be having any validation. Here when I go, I have the validation. So this is the way I can remove my data validation also. Fine. Now two major topics are remaining. One is financial functions and the second one is pivot table. So we'll be taking that both tomorrow. It will be too very quick to explain you this financial functions. They are very simple. It will take hardly 15 to 20 minutes to complete the financial function. Rest of the time we'll be doing the pivot table. Okay, one thing I would like to ask you all. Can I share the evaluation sheet on the chat by tomorrow morning, approximately around 11, and you will solve it before 3, and then you can ask your queries among them. So if there are any queries, we'll save our time and we'll just come up directly to the queries section in the evaluation sheet. Will that be fine for everyone?
Hello, everybody. Zainab.
Yeah, ma'am. Over to you.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. I hope all of you are enjoying learning Excel. Friends, many of you have not joined the group. I'm putting the group link again. Please join the group, which help us to exchange the information. We'll be posting a lot of material
function
to support.
Okay, fine, Ankita, I'll do it.
So please join the group. I think only 50% have joined the group. I'm putting that link onto you and please join the group.
Please, again, once again, I request you again on the behalf of Kapoor ma'am, join the group because I'm going to send the evaluation sheet tomorrow on the group. And I expect you all to please complete it. Okay, somebody asked me about the, ma'am, I have a whole day audit committee meeting tomorrow. Sonali, so what do we do? You can see my recorded lectures. That's what I can help you out with. If you're not able to attend the lecture, fine enough, not an issue. You can see the recorded lectures, which will be available on the portal. And in case if you have any queries, if somebody else asks the queries, that will get solved. That will be given on the YouTube. Yes, the session is great, but will not be able to solve tomorrow since my two daughters, when she sleeps around 3 to 5 p.m. Okay, I can understand, dear. I can really understand. You can do one thing. Will be solved if time permits, because the pivot table is a little bigger thing. I would like to do lot in pivot table. I just don't want the basic one to be done in the pivot table. So I will try to cover a pivot table as quick as possible, the way I did it today, going very quickly. And then we will be working with the evaluation sheet. So in case if you have any problems, we'll give. Acha, one more thing, I'll give you the answers also in the evaluation sheet. And how to see that answers, that I will show you tomorrow in the lecture, not before the lecture. Fine? Otherwise, you all will copy.
ये तो matured student है जना.
हाँ मैम मैच्योर्ड है, बट फिर भी वो हो जाता है, वो इंस्टिंक्ट आ जाती है कि मेरा हो गया है, सो आई एम रिलैक्स. वो कॉपी वाला नहीं आना चाहिए अपने.
But when you are in the class, friends, we treat everybody as a student because you have to be in the learning curve. Then only you will enjoy the session.
So that's what, ma'am. So that is the reason
Yeah.
I'll hide the answers and give them in
So,
tomorrow's worksheet.
Friends,
And that
we
I'll
look
show how
forward
to
to
see the
talk to
answers
meet
in
you all
tomorrow's
tomorrow.
lecture only.
I've already shared the WhatsApp link.
Okay, so can we end the lecture today 2 minutes early? From last 2 days, we are going half an hour late. So today 2 minutes early. I hope you all enjoyed the lecture. Don't worry about the financial function. We'll complete this tomorrow without fail.
Okay, bye
before
everybody.
I forget,
Good
please
night.
help me tomorrow to complete. There are this one also. DB is also left. Okay, we'll do that also. And please tomorrow, just remember me to show you how to enter forms. That is a user-defined formula which I'll be showing you tomorrow to how to enter the forms, which is there in the Excel. Okay, I should not forget about the forms part. Please help me out with that thing. Clear? Bye for today. Everybody have a good day. If function, okay, fine. If function, I'll quickly repeat the if function. Yeah, Sonali, I'll just look after that dated if function, what I can do it for you. I'll try my level best to do it. If function, okay. If function, what is this, dear? This is the data over here, which I've extracted from the customized software. Every big companies have customized software. So this is the cash ledger, which I've extracted from their customized software. So what their softwares are doing, whatever the transactions are there, whether it's debit or credit, what is happening, they are not giving it in the positive and negative manner. They're giving the figures as it is, and besides that, there is a column which says that it is a cash, it is a credit entry, it is a debit entry. So now when I wanted to tally my cash closing balance, how do I do it? It was very difficult for me. It's okay, Vaishali, no need to apologize. It was very difficult for me. So what I did, I used if formula. How did I use if formula? I said if K7 is C, C is for credit entries, then give me a positive answer. That is, if K7, my logical test says, if K7 is C, then you give me J7, which is a positive answer. And if it is not C, then definitely it will be D, a debit entry. because we have only credit and debit entries. So if it is a debit entry, multiply it with -1 so that it gives me a negative answer. So when I'm using the auto sum at the end, I get the exact closing balance of my cash ledger. Clear? I can see 45 students over here. Students, before leaving, can you just tell me that what evaluation sheet, on what topics do you want me to cover the evaluation sheet? So I can include those sheets in that. One will be the VLOOKUP. We'll be doing VLOOKUP. We'll be doing if function, SUMIF function, and transpose. 4 to 5 sheets I've already prepared for you, which we have done in this 3 days. VLOOKUP, SUMIF, transpose is already included. Yeah. Anything other than that, data validation also you want me to include? Okay, fine. Our data validation sheet. I'll give you a thing for data validation. If function, okay, there is a very difficult, okay. Just remind me one more thing, and or function we have forgotten to be done today. So and or function will be doing it tomorrow along with forms, with financial functions and pivot table. This 4 to 5 things we are going to cover tomorrow along with the evaluation sheet. So please be on time. Don't be late or else you'll miss out something. And finally, bye for today. हाँ